So record-breaking veto wins. I mean, very exciting. How are you? Have you processed this in the last couple hours? I guess not.
I mean, it still is all such a blur and a shock to me. So like being in the Big Brother house, I'm in there for 100 days, and my whole life is consumed by the game. And I just walked out, so everything has hit me, and it hasn't hit me all at once. Like I don't. It feels like a dream. I don't know if all of this was real. Like I don't know, but it's been so amazing. The whole experience was amazing, and I'm just excited to see my family now.
I will say, okay, so you did a great job answering your jury questions. How much did you prepare? And like in the moment where you're like, I'm killing this right now. I'm doing a great job.
I mean, I prepared a lot. This is a big deal, right? Like I was in the house for 100 days. This is the moment where I have to advocate for myself. Like, why do I deserve to win? What did I do? And so, obviously, I was very passionate with all of my answers, and I was prepared. And honestly, the fact of it is, like, they could have asked me anything, and I would have had an answer for it. Like, I've played a game very intentionally. It's not happenstance that I ended up where I ended up, and so I was ready to answer all of those. Um, I felt like I was just really passionate, and I was like, all right, well, this is just who I am. And so hopefully they're receiving it well, and they think I'm killing it, because I don't know, right? Like I was sitting next to Matt, who I think played an incredible game as well. He has incredible social relationships, with everyone in the jury too. So at no point was I thinking like, oh, dude, like I got this against Matt. Like he had a strong shot. And at one point I thought like I might be choosing Matt to sit next to me, but that might like he might win. And I knew making that decision that it was a hard decision, and that could have been the consequence of that.
Yeah, we saw you on the live feeds wavering, at Final Four. And then obviously tonight, I felt like, were you pretty much set that you were going to take Matt from like, when did you make that decision?
Yeah, I was pretty set at this point. I think I was thinking a lot about it at Final Four, and ultimately I want to play this game my way. And obviously, there are a lot of things to weigh throughout the game, and there are huge decisions to make. But I wanted to play the game in a way where I could hold my head up high afterwards. Years down the road, if I look back at how I played, I want to be proud of that, regardless of the money, regardless of the outcome. And so when I came to that conclusion, I knew I just had to stick with it. And Matt saved me in this game. He protected me, and he never turned his back on me. And I was not going to be the one that turns my back on him. And so I made that decision. I knew I was going to take him to final two. I knew that he had a strong shot at winning. And honestly, I thought that he could just win it all. So the reason it was a really hard decision wasn't because, oh, do I stay loyal to Matt or not? It was, I seriously thought he was going to win the whole thing. So for me, making that decision, like even at Final Four and at Final Two again, it was, do I choose to stay true to who I am and choose the loyal path and choose Matt, who has saved me and didn't turn his back on me, or do I choose the $750,000, which is the game that I signed up for? And I chose the loyal path. And I'm a big believer everything happens for a reason, and luckily it worked out. I'm so grateful for that.
Still worked out. If Matt had cut you, like one final HOH and cut you, would you have still voted for him?
I would have. I think he played the better game. And for me, I've said this to other people in the house too. Like, game and personal is very different for me. I knew coming in that there were going to be things that sort of, it feels like there's a gray area, but I've been really intentional about my relationship, my personal relationships in the house, and then separating that from game. And with Matt, like if he had cut me, I would understand, because I was going through a lot of the decision making myself, and I decided to stick with him till the very end, like we promised. But if he decided otherwise, at the end of the day, he played his game, and I still think he played a game that is worthy of winning.
Hmm. Whose vote surprised you? Or like, how did you think the votes were going to
go? I thought Cameron was going to vote for me, because he had told me, and because Cameron and I had worked together with Matt in the Fugitives, and during that time, I was very vocal. I was very clear about my gameplay, and Cameron could see that I was masterminding everything. Matt wasn't as vocal during those meetings, so I felt like I had his vote. I felt like I had Blue's vote because she had also told me that she thought I was playing the best game. Beyond that, I did not know whose vote I would have. I didn't know I would have Bowie Jane's vote. That was something that was huge for me. Going in and winning this final HOH, there was a moment where I seriously considered, like, if I win this, am I just losing a jury vote? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to go in there and throw this competition. I haven't done that all season. I think people have seen my gameplay. So I decided, like, I'm going to gun it for this competition. Things will work out the way they're meant to work out. If I win, bye. Things will work out the way they're meant to work out. And that was the one that really meant a lot to me because I cut her in the final three, and I really did, like, her vote mattered a lot to me, and the fact that she stuck with her word and gave me her vote, means a lot.
Yeah, it was smart of you to mention that in your speech. I thought that was good.
Thank you.
I know we don't have too much time, but what do you think about the Suri and Jared revelation?
Oh my God, that is the biggest twist of the season. I had no idea. And I feel so dumb now. Like, they played us. Like, they were in two different alliances on different sides of the house. And here I am working with Jared, like, oh, we got to get the other side out. And it's, Izzy and Sari are the two people that are, like, in the middle of it all. And, like, Jared is her son. Like, what? I'm literally talking to him about his mother. Like, this is I'm horrified at it. Like, I know, like, if I talk to Sari about Jared, like, this is crazy, man. Like, I'm still so shocked by that.
I'm curious, like, before you went in the house, like, which seasons of Big Brother have you watched? Did you study? Did you prepare? Were you just like, let me go and play my game? Let's see.
I hadn't seen a lot of them. So I had seen season 16. That's obviously, like, Matt and I are the Minuteman Alliance. It was inspired from the Hitman Alliance, and they stayed loyal to the end. And that was the first season I saw, fell in love with that, and wanted to play a similar game. And I had seen, like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like up until 20. And then I just had seen last season. But I hadn't seen, like, 21 through 23. Like, I just sort of, like, I was in college at that time. I wasn't watching it as much. So yeah, but I'd always loved Big Brother. It's something I'd always wanted to do. And yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't studying it. Like, I knew the type of game I wanted to play, but I wasn't a super fan by any means, like, knowing every little thing that happens. Like, I was more so just like, look, I have confidence in myself and I know how I want to play. I think I could be good at it, and let me just give it a shot and see what happens.
Yeah, you progressively got better in the season. Like, you picked up on it. I could say
Way better. Like, at the beginning, like, I know this. Like, I'm not, like, at the beginning of the season, I was so stupid. I played the worst game at the beginning of the season. I know it. I feel it. I was voted out. I was evicted 10-0. I was dumb. I played a terrible game. But the whole point of everything is, like, I got better and better every week, and I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
Yeah. You have other interviews real quick. I know you just got out of the house. This is a crazy question, but I ask everyone, would you ever play Big Brother again?
Absolutely. I would. I loved it. It was my dream being in the Big Brother house. Every moment I was so grateful for it. Even, like, stressful times, I was like, dude, this is such a blessing being here, like, with everyone. Like, even if I had gotten evicted, it was still such a blessing. And so I love this game. And for me, even at times it was stressful. Like, I separate all the personal from the game. Like, I love everyone I met on a personal level, on a game level. It was different. We had to work against each other and all of that, but I love it. I love everything about Big Brother. I definitely would do it again.